Picture this, someone you genuinely like, a friend, a cousin, maybe a coworker you've known for years, sends you a message out of nowhere. It's warm, personal, like they've been thinking about you. They ask how you're doing, mention they saw something that made them think of you, and then casually, almost as an afterthought, they mention they've found something incredible, a business opportunity, something they've been doing on the side that's already changing their life. They're not pushy about it. They just want to share it with you because they care about you. And somewhere in that conversation, before you even realize what's happened, you're sitting through a Zoom call, or flipping through a product catalog, or watching a presentation about financial freedom and passive income and being your own boss. And the person presenting it looks genuinely happy. They talk about the community, the sisterhood, the brotherhood, the family atmosphere. They show you screenshots of commission payments. They say you could do this too. They say all it takes is belief and the right products and the right team behind you. What they don't tell you is what the company's own income disclosure statement says, and what it says will make your stomach drop. My name is Lukazo, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, financial systems, and the very specific legal architecture that allows certain industries to extract billions of dollars from ordinary people while remaining completely within the law. If you want to understand exactly how multi-level marketing companies are built to profit from participants rather than for them, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if it protects someone you know from making a very expensive mistake. Quick disclaimer, nothing here is financial advice. This is purely educational. Let's get into it. Here is the number the MLM industry does not want you to focus on. 99.7%. According to an analysis of income disclosure statements from hundreds of MLM companies, the legal documents companies are required to publish showing actual participant earnings. 99.7% of people who join a multi-level marketing company lose money, not break even, not make a little, lose money. The median annual income of an active MLM participant, after subtracting product purchases required to stay active and maintain their rank, is negative. They spend more than they earn every single year. The global MLM industry generates over $180 billion annually. In the United States alone, approximately 7 million people are enrolled in an MLM at any given time. The FTC has been investigating and taking action against MLM income claims since the 1970s, over 50 years, and in 2024 escalated enforcement significantly, bringing actions against multiple major companies for deceptive income representations. So here's the question worth sitting with. If 99.7% of participants lose money, who is making the $180 billion? And how is an industry built on those numbers operating completely legally? The answer requires understanding something very specific about how these companies are actually structured, because the structure is the product. The product they're selling to you is not the vitamins, the skincare, the leggings, or the cleaning supplies. The product is the business opportunity itself. And once you understand that, everything else clicks into place. Let's break down exactly how the MLM structure works, because there's a very precise reason it generates $180 billion while 99.7% of participants lose money, and that reason is not an accident. A traditional business sells products to customers. Revenue comes from customers buying things. The business grows by finding more customers or selling more to existing ones. Simple, clean, the customer is the end point of the transaction. An MLM is structurally different in one critical way. In an MLM, the primary transaction is not between the company and a customer. It is between the company and the distributor. You, the participant, are the customer. The moment you sign up, you are typically required to purchase a starter kit. Then you are required to purchase a minimum monthly volume of products to stay active and qualify for commissions. Then you are required to purchase more to maintain your rank as you climb the structure. The end consumer of the products in the majority of cases is the distributor themselves. Think of it this way. Imagine a funnel. At the very top sits the company. Below the company are the earliest distributors, the founders, the diamonds, the top ranks, who recruited the people below them and receive a percentage of everything those people spend. Below them are the next level. And below them the next. The money flows upward through every level of the structure, with each level taking a percentage cut from the levels below. The people at the top earn from the purchases and recruitment of everyone beneath them. The people at the bottom, which is where 99.7% of participants actually sit, have no one below them to earn from, which means their only income is retail sales to genuine outside customers. And here's where the structure collapses mathematically. In most MLMs, retail sales to genuine outside customers represent a tiny fraction of total revenue. The overwhelming majority of product movement is between the company and its own distributors. This is what regulators call an internal consumption model. The participants are both the sales force and the primary market. They recruit others not primarily to expand the customer base but to expand the purchasing base, because every new recruit is a new mandatory buyer at the bottom of the structure. The income disclosure statement is where this becomes undeniable. Take a typical major MLM. Their own published disclosure will show that the top 1% of distributors, the ones shown in the recruitment pitch as the evidence of what's possible, earn an average of $50,000 to $300,000 per year. What the same disclosure shows, usually in much smaller text, is that the bottom 50 to 60% of active participants earn less than $500 per year before expenses, before they subtract the products they were required to buy to remain active. The net result for most participants is a loss, every year, without exception. The reason this is legal while Bernie Madoff was not is a precise legal distinction. Madoff had no real product. MLMs have real products. Courts have ruled that as long as a real product exists and is being moved, the structure itself is not per se illegal, even if the mathematical reality for most participants is identical to a pyramid scheme. The product is the legal fig leaf. The structure is the actual business. Here's what most people completely miss when they try to understand why intelligent people join and stay in MLMs despite the math. And this is the part that I think is more important than the structure itself. MLMs are not primarily selling a financial opportunity. They are selling an identity and a community. And those two things are genuinely valuable, which is exactly what makes the offer so difficult to evaluate clearly. When you join an MLM, you are not just signing up for business. You are joining a tribe. There is a language, a culture, a set of shared values around entrepreneurship and hustle and sisterhood and financial freedom. There are conferences with thousands of people sharing a collective belief in something bigger than a job. There are mentors who genuinely care about you, who text you in the morning to check in, who celebrate your small wins with genuine enthusiasm. This sense of belonging is real. The community is real. And for many people, particularly those who feel trapped in a job they hate or isolated or undervalued, it is exactly what they were looking for. The problem is that the sense of community and the financial opportunity have been deliberately bundled together. Questioning the financial math feels like questioning the community. Leaving feels like abandoning your team, your mentor, people who invested time and genuine warmth in you. This is not accidental. MLM training materials consistently frame skeptics as negative people who don't believe in you. Doubt is reframed as fear. Research is reframed as overthinking. The person who shows you the income disclosure statement is positioned as someone who wants to keep you stuck. There's also what psychologists call escalating commitment. The more you have invested, the harder it is to stop. You've already spent the starter kit cost. You've already told your friends and family. You've already posted about it on social media. Stopping means admitting all of that was a mistake. And for many people, the social cost of that admission feels higher than the financial cost of continuing, so they buy another month of product. And another, and another. Let me give you the data points that make the scale of this concrete. In 2024, the FTC took action against multiple MLM companies for deceptive income claims, specifically targeting the gap between what recruitment materials implied participants would earn and what income disclosure statements actually showed. One major case involved a wellness MLM with over 500,000 active distributors in the United States. The company's own income disclosure showed that 78% of active distributors earned less than $1,000 in gross commissions for the entire year, before subtracting the mandatory product purchases required to qualify for those commissions. The FTC's complaint alleged that the company's recruitment materials featured earnings testimonials from the top 0.1% of distributors, without disclosing that those results were not representative. Separately, a 2024 analysis published by the Consumer Federation of America found that across 30 major MLM income disclosure statements, the average annual loss for participant in the bottom half of the distributor pool after mandatory product purchases was between $1,200 and $2,500 per year. Not zero. Negative, they lost money every year they remained active, while the company counted them as revenue-generating participants. The through line is identical to Madoff, identical to the fake guru playbook. The income flows upward, the losses are distributed broadly at the bottom, and the legal and psychological architecture is specifically designed to make exit feel costly and entry feel like opportunity. So what do you actually do with this? 3 things, same as always. Find the income disclosure statement before you attend a single meeting. Look at the median earnings for the bottom 50%. Then subtract the mandatory monthly purchase requirement to get the actual net result. Second, ask how much of the company's total revenue comes from sales to genuine outside customers versus sales to distributors themselves. If the company cannot give you a clear answer, that answer is your answer. Third, apply a 30-day rule. Any legitimate business opportunity will still exist in 30 days. If the urgency to join now is real, the opportunity is probably not. But here is the warning most people miss after hearing all of this. The person who recruited you almost certainly believes in what they are doing. They are not lying to you. They are telling you the truth as they have experienced it, filtered through a community that has systematically replaced critical evaluation with collective belief. Your response to them should not be contempt. It should be the income disclosure statement quietly handed over with genuine care for what they find there. 60 years of FTC enforcement, hundreds of income disclosure statements, billions of dollars extracted annually from 7 million Americans, and the legal structure that makes all of it technically permissible. A real product, moving through a system mathematically guaranteed to benefit the few at the direct expense of the many. The people who protect themselves from this are not the ones who are too cynical to believe in community or entrepreneurship. They are the type of people who read the income disclosure statement before they believe the income claim, who understand that a structure that requires you to be both the sales force and the primary customer is a structure built to profit from you, not with you. That distinction is worth 30 seconds of your time, every single time. If this gave you a clearer picture of how these systems actually work, hit the like button and subscribe. And if you want to know the specific red flags that separate a legitimate business opportunity from the structure we just walked through, that is exactly what the next video covers.